Hello everyone, this is Dr. Hatami. In our human biology class, we're going over the digestive system, and in this short video, we're talking about the small intestine and large intestine, their structure and also their function. So the small intestine is a very long the tube in our digestive system organs. It's actually longer than the large intestine. So the average length of the small intestine would be around 18 to 20 feet or around 6 meter. But the large intestine is around 4 to 5 feet or 1.5 meter. So, the reason we call this as a small intestine, it's not because of their length. Actually, as you can see, the small intestine is longer than the large intestine, but the width of the small intestine is smaller than the large intestine. Speaking about the small intestine, which is actually the most important or the main digestive organ in our body. Why is the main digestive organ in our body? Because actually in our small intestine, we have lots of stuff happening. We have digestion, but digestion of what? Digestion of carbohydrate? Do we have digestion of protein? Do we have digestion of lipid or maybe nucleic acid? Actually, we have digestion of all type of macromolecules. Oh, that's great. But why all type of macromolecules? Because you actually have the all types of different types of enzymes which they can break down carbohydrate, they can break down protein, they can break down lipids, and also they can break down nucleic acid, and they would be released into the small intestine. So what is the organ producing all of these different digestive enzymes? Pancreas. So pancreas is the organ working with the small intestine and releasing all of those enzymes into the small intestine. And also, do not forget liver, which is another organ of the accessory digestive system, is going to release the bile into the small intestine, which is going to help digestion of lipid. Okay, that's very good. But do we have absorption here? For sure, we have absorption here. Actually, we have absorption of everything here, of all nutrients happening in our small intestine. That's the reason small intestine would be the main digestive organ. Don't forget. Okay, so then as you can see here in this picture, you can find this long tube starting from our stomach and ending at the large intestine. So you can follow these three different colors: purple color, green one, and then pink one. Actually, it's showing that the small intestine composed of three regions. So the smaller part, which is C-shaped part of the small intestine after stomach, is called duodenum. And then next part, which you can see by green color here, is called jejunum. And then the last part, which actually the longest part between these three regions, is called ileum. So we have duodenum, jejunum, and also ileum. These are the three regions of the small intestine. So speaking about the absorption job of the small intestine, actually we need a lot of surface area. You know, actually these 18 feet, it's not enough. We need more surface area, but how we can have like 100 times like more than these lengths. So instead of having a longer small intestine, we're going to have some structures which helping to have more surface area in our small intestine without lengthening them. So we call those structure as the villi or villus and also microvilli. So if you look at this picture, you can see the portion of this small intestine. Then if you cut and look at the inside of the small intestine, you actually can see some circular fold by your naked eyes. And if you magnify one of these circular fold, you can see something like that. So then each circular fold under microscope, they have a like finger shaped projection, which each is called villus. And plural word would be villi. So each of these is called villus. So as you can see, this circular fold plus this villus is going to increase the surface area of a small intestine. But please wait, we have more. So let's magnify one of these cells and look at them by a higher magnification. Then you will see that at the surface area of this cell, we have the like another structure, which are these little folding is called microvilli or brush border. Okay, so these are three circular fold, the villus, and also microvilli together, increasing the surface area of the small intestine, which we need for absorption of the nutrients. And let's see what we covered so far. Make sure you know small intestine is the main digestive organs. Why? Because all of the macromolecule would be digested here, and also we have absorption of all nutrients. So as we said, the pancreas is going to secrete their digestive enzyme, the different type of digestive enzyme for digestion of all type of macromolecule directly into the first part of a small intestine, which is duodenum. And also bile duct, which coming from the liver and gallbladder, is going to deliver the bile into the duodenum, the first part of our small intestine. And also all types of nutrients would be absorbed in our small intestine. And also we talked about these structures, villi, microvilli, and also circular fold, which all together they can increase the surface area of the small intestine, which we need for absorption of the nutrients. Now let's take a look at the large intestine. So another amazing structure in our digestive system. So is this organ is larger in diameter than the small intestine. But that's the reason we call this as large intestine. But we said it's shorter in their length. So again, as you can see here, our large intestine, you can find different colors. So it means that we can divide our large intestine into some regions. We have the cecum, which is the first portion of the large intestine. Then we have colon as this green color here. And after colon, we have our rectum. So the colon also would be divided into this part. The part is going up is called ascending colon. The part is going from the right side to the left side is called transverse colon. The part of the colon at the left side, which then it's going down, is called descending colon. And after descending colon, we have sigmoid colon, the S-shaped portion of the colon. And then after large intestine, the next part of our large intestine would be called rectum, which is going to be found in our pelvic cavity, ending at the anus. Okay, what is this structure, which I'm sure all of you guys know it, the appendix. The appendix is the part or kind of the organ. It would be connected to the cecum. Is it part of the digestive system? Actually, if you look at the appendix under microscope, you can find many lymphocytes. Actually, the food doesn't go inside of the appendix. It doesn't do anything for digestive processes. It doesn't do anything for digestion, for absorption, even for elimination. So literally the appendix is not part of the digestive system. Actually, it's part of our immune system because you can find many lymphocytes here. So that is going to fight infections. Okay, then regarding this, the large intestine, do you know, do we have digestion here? Good question. You know, we actually digested many of, or I can say all of the macromolecules before in our small intestine. And here, because our large intestine, it doesn't produce digestive enzyme, we can say we do not have digestion of food here in our large intestine. And also, we actually absorb most of the nutrients before in our small intestine, so it does not have absorption of the nutrients as well. Okay, what do we have here in our large intestine? Actually, we have the elimination, which it means formation of feces, and also we have production of some vitamins by the help of the some good bacteria that are living in our intestine. Okay, so now let's go and take a look at the large intestine one more time. As we said, the large intestine diameter is larger than the small intestine, but it's shorter in the length. And we divided the large intestine into the cecum, the first portion, the colon, which composed of ascending colon, transverse colon, descending and sigmoid colon, and then the last part of the large intestine is rectum and anal canal, which then end at the anus. And also we talked about the appendix, which this is part of the immune system or our lymphatic system, like tonsils we have in our mouth fighting infections. The appendix connected to our cecum is going to fight infection. It's part of our immune system. And appendicitis, it means when we have like inflamed appendix, which can be dangerous if this infection, it's going to be spread in our abdominal cavity. So that is a life-threatening situation, which it means the peritoneum has been infected and it needs a lot of care. We also talk about the function of the large intestine. We said because we don't have digestive enzymes, so we do not have digestion here. And actually, we absorb all of the nutrients before in our small intestine, so we do not have absorption of the nutrients, but we have absorption of vitamins because in our large intestine, we have a very good bacteria which is called intestinal flora, which they actually produce the vitamins. So these vitamins are going to be made by breakdown of indigestible material. So what kind of bacteria they can make in our large intestine? B complex vitamins and vitamin K. So these are very important vitamins, and as you can see, we have lots of good bacteria as well. Okay, and then but we also have absorption of water from feces to prevent dehydration. And also the another function of the large intestine is to form the feces. And thank you so much. Hopefully you understood the function and structure of these two amazing structures, small intestine and large intestine.